Sup? Hey, it's Gabby, and welcome back to my channel. So, how are you doing? So this is a look that I came up with that is inspired by Atlanta, the show by Donald Glover. Season 2 was themed called Robbin season, and I pulled a lot of inspiration from the promotional trailers that they're putting out. I'm super obsessed with Donald Glover, so I was all over any content that he was being put out. And I noticed that there was a common theme going throughout the trailers. There was always sort of this like bluey hue, blue tones, blue color scheme that was kept getting pulled through. And then I saw at one of the Atlanta showing parties that Lakeith showed up in a ski mask. And I was like, oh, that'd be really cool if I put together a makeup look with a ski mask. So that's kind of where this came about. But yeah, I was just super inspired by everything, and I kind of came up with this look. So if you want to see how I got it, please keep watching.
Alright, so we are taking the Urban Decay Primer Potion and putting that all over our lid, and then I'm taking a Real Techniques blending brush and blending it out. So real quick, before we move on, I just wanted to say that I am obsessed with this eyeshadow primer. I never used to use it because I thought it was a scam, but I've had zero creasing in my eyeshadow ever since I started using. So moving on, we are taking the Stila Stay All Day liquid liner, and I am just creating a quick wing, and I'm going to use this as the guide for my eyeshadow. I'm personally not very good at creating a very defined like eyeshadow shape, so I'm just using this as a base. So I'm taking a pencil brush and going into the Kaleidoscope palette from Urban Decay in collaboration with Kristen Leanne, and I'm dipping into TSM and I'm just packing that on. As you can see, I am covering up the winged liner and using that as my guide, and then I'm just using that to pull up and create this great winged look. So I am going to go back and forth a lot, packing on color, blending it out, packing on color, blending it out. When I blend it out, I'm making sure I'm not keeping a harsh line. I want it to be very soft and not have too harsh of an edge. But when I blend it out, it kind of loses the impact and the opaqueness of the blue. So I am blending it out just to get rid of that line. And then I'm going back in to pack on more of TSM to really create that deep, super dense blue color. So you're going to see me doing that a lot during this look. Packing on, blending, just because I don't want to lose the intensity of TSM because it's such a beautiful color. So one of the things with this Kaleidoscope palette, I was super shocked at how much I've become obsessed with it. Like, I've actually been using these colors like a lot. And I'm not a big color person, but I got a lot of use out of it. And it's probably one of my favorite purchases because it's taken me by surprise so much. Alright, next I am taking the color Leo, which is this really dope, like iridescent blue color. I'm just taking it on this flat Sephora brush and just packing that on and going back and forth to build it up. And then what I'm going to do is just go back and forth and make sure, it's blended so I have a perfect gradient. So now I'm taking a wipe and I'm just cleaning up any excess, any fallout, and this is where the eyeliner came in handy. Like, I'm just following the wing that I created and using that to help create a very sharp line for my eyeshadow. So now I'm just taking the eyeliner and going back over what I've already laid down, and it's made putting the winged liner back on super easy. So now I'm taking my lashes, putting on some glue so they can dry while I put on some mascara. So next I'm taking the Eyelure Vegas nail lashes in Fiercely Fabulous and just popping those on. So I'm taking a damp beauty blender with the Fenty Beauty foundation, and I'm only using one pump, and I'm only going around like my eyes and my eyebrows, my forehead, just in those areas to make sure I get them covered, because those are the only pieces that are going to sort of poke out from the ski mask. And then I'm going to take my Japanese color corrector and just use that to help brighten up my under eyes a little bit. Again, we don't want to use too much because you're not going to see my entire face. So after we blend out the color corrector, I'm taking the same pencil brush and I'm doing the outer bottom half of my eye, connecting it with the wing and making sure I'm keeping that intense blue on the bottom half. And then I'm going to go back in with Leo and fill in the inner half of my eye. And then just making sure I'm giving it a quick little blend to, again, keep a nice blended gradient going from Leo into TSM. So I had a blue lip liner and I have no idea what I did with it. So I'm using this black one. It's just like a black eyeliner, and I just wanted to help use it to create a guide so that way I wouldn't get any bleeding when I went in with my liquid lip. This is a look right here. Clearly, I should have just left my lips like that. So now I'm taking this liquid lip from Kat Von D. It is in the shade Reverb, and it's just one of the glittery ones that she has. It's super comfortable. It's very liquidy, but it's super, super opaque. Like, I love the color payoff. And it's super comfortable on the lips. I was very surprised with how much I liked, you know, this like line of liquid lips. So next I'm going back in with the makeup wipe and just cleaning up any lines, making sure everything's nice and even and sharp. And in between doing that, I am also taking the beauty blender with whatever foundation's left over on it and just patting that around my mouth. And then I'm going back in and just doing any touch-up work with the liquid lip. I want to make sure I'm getting the inner parts of my mouth and anywhere else I may have missed. Then I'm taking Leo back on my finger and I'm just tapping that on the center of my lips. And it's creating, again, that nice gradient from the light blue to the deep blue, keeping that look consistent. So now I am just taking a bunch of bobby pins and pinning back my hair, because when you put the ski mask on, it tends to kind of push your hair forward. So I am just taking it and putting as many pins as I need to make sure I have any hairs that may get caught up in the mess out the way.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if any of you are out there wondering, yes, this is hard to breathe in. Yes, it doesn't fit my face. Yes, I have to keep adjusting it. And no, it is not very comfortable. But despite that, I had a lot of fun, and I hope you check out my other video, and I will have more on the way soon. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.